Okay, this is Ambition from Stumbles and Half Slips, available from Epic Rights Press by me, Zack Wilson. Right, Ambition. We're in the prefab canteen at the yard having a coffee. I'm there because we've got no van deliveries on, and the yard lads are in there because they're lazy. There's 3 of them. Andy's one of the foremen. He's young, thinks he's as bright as he is vain, pays a lot of money for his expensive highlighted haircut. He always comes in reeking of shower gel and aftershave, even though all he's going to be doing all day is supervising pallets of stuff being shifted round a yard. The other 2 are Kevin, who's fat and reading the Sun, and Martin Brown. You can't tell Martin's age. He says he's 30, but he could be 22 or 40 with his salt and pepper grey blonde hair and strangely lineless face with its sticky-looking, swarthy yet grey complexion. Andy had to tell him 3 times once to take the fag out of his gob when he's filling the trucks with fuel. I'm sitting there pretending to check my morning's paperwork, all green and pink slips with tatty corners and smudged carbon signatures. The task isn't made easy by the portable electric fan blowing in my face. Can one of you turn that fucking thing round? I demand. Andy nods at Martin. Do as a man says, he tells him, with the security of an absolute ruler. Martin grunts and moves to the fan. It's one of those that's about 3 feet high, a circular base at the bottom, and a propeller arrangement at the top. He could lift it one-handed and turn it easily. Instead, he wraps both arms anti-clockwise round it, one backwards turned hand holding the rigid mesh that protects the propeller, and turns himself 360 degrees. The flex connecting the fan to the mains tangles itself around his foot, and he stumbles and groans with disappointment, rolling pathetically to the floor. The fan topples and lands on top of him. Andy doesn't help. He stands and laughs, raucous with contempt. Martin Brown, stupid cunt, he declaims, inserting the inverted commas with his index fingers. He picks the fan up and places it deliberately in a corner, facing away from them. Martin rises to his knees, then to his feet. He is red-faced and unsmiling. He blows hard through puffed-out cheeks and pretends to dust his overalls off. Kevin has ignored all of this and tells us what he's been reading about. This kid in Manchester had to have his arm amputated, actually in a butcher's shop, he announces with real enthusiasm in his broad West Brom accent. He got his arm caught in the mincer, and when the ambulance came out they had to call in 2 surgeons who cut it off there and then. He looks round at us all and then shakes his head, a misty look in his eye. He muses, he must have had a general anaesthetic when he was standing up. Wonder how that works. Martin Brown is listening eagerly, shiny-faced. What a fucking twat, says Andy. Worse than Martin, and he looks with hate at his colleague and underling. Big fucking payout, Martin Brown says, then adds dreamily, big fucking payout with a compensation and that. Just for a second the gleam of possibility resides in his eyes. Kevin abruptly shuts his paper, rolls it up and whacks Martin Brown in the solar plexus with it. It's just a tap, but Martin reacts with a flinch and some demented, fearful hand movements. Andy's just about to say something when the phone on the Formica table rings. Martin imitates its tone by a high-pitched blowing through pursed, rasped lips. Andy answers it. It's his boss, Big Phil. We go back to work.